The Spanish Golden Age, El Siglo de Oro. Okay, Spanish for the Golden Age, simple as that. This is the Golden Age of Spain. Now, when you think about the Golden Age, a couple things should come to your mind. Okay, first and foremost, way to think about what does it mean to be golden. Okay, if something is golden, what does it mean? Okay, for the most part, it has a lot more value because gold is valuable. It's shiny, it's visually appealing. When you look at something as something that you kind of want to replicate, it's the best. Okay, in the Olympics, you get a gold medal if you win first. The golden age is kind of like the best age, the shiny age, that good time for Spain. It's going to take place in the early 16th century, going up all the way through the late 17th century. This goes from about 1500 up until about 1600, okay, just so you can get those centuries down. You know, kind of the time period we are talking about. Philip II from the previous day, okay, was also a part of this time period. But it's important you understand just roughly the dates when this event is going on and taking place. This is going to begin with the political unification of Spain, okay? In 1492, the Moors were pushed out of Spain, and Spain was now unified as one, okay? Before it was kind of a bunch of different city-states, stuff like that. Now at this time period in 1492, the Moors are pushed back into North Africa, okay? And all of Spain now is once again unified as Spain. The Siglo de Oro is characterized by patriotic and religious fervor. Now, what is fervor? This means like pride, okay? Intense pride for different things. You have an intense patriotic pride. You have an intense pride to Spain and everything that is Spanish. And you have an intense pride for the religious kind of way that Spain is. Spain is very, very Catholic at this time period. Remember, Philip II pushed and emphasized Catholicism over all other religions heavily. So you have an intense pride in being Catholic. You have an intense pride in being Spanish. These two things are really going to mesh together. We're going to hear about that a little bit later on. There's a heightened realism right here as you're really kind of more in tune with what is going on at this time period. Okay, you're just focused, you know what's happening. All these things really kind of go together. There's also a new interest in earlier epics and ballads. Okay, so the epics come from ancient Greece. They're stories kind of epic proportion, which is where that comes from. Okay, so it's this new interest in the ancient stuff, similar to the Renaissance at this time period, and new interest in ballads, say, so old music that is very Spanish in nature. It's culturally Spanish. It's really that new interest again in something that we used to have and kind of have fallen away from throughout the time. There's also a slight influence of humanism and Neoplatonism, okay, right there. And what those two words mean, okay, humanism is an emphasis on the individual. The Italian Renaissance has a large aspect of humanism in it as well. We'll briefly review that in class. But you're focused on the individual. You're not necessarily focused on these other things going on. You're focused on what the individual is doing. Additionally, Neoplatonism, right there, hard word to say, is a focus on the spiritual stuff and not the physical stuff. So we need to kind of think about how does that Neoplatonism relate to the patriotic and religious fervor in class, okay? So for example, when you're thinking about patriotism, you can't necessarily see patriotism. You can to a point, but a lot of that's kind of the spiritual feeling. You feel pride for your country, your leader, your stuff like that. It's not physical, but you have that pride, and same with religion, okay? Religion is often not physical, but you have that focus on that religious kind of spiritual side of it. So I'll be able to explain how humanism and Neoplatonism kind of relate to the patriotic and religious fervor. We'll talk about art tomorrow. That's all. Get hold of me with any questions. Have a great rest of your day.